Hello, my name is Keith Warren Price. I'm the MD of Pinpoint Facilitation. Now, as I travel around the country and I ask people the question, out of all the time you spend in meetings, how much time is wasted time, I get the response you can see here. And those dots represent between 30 to 70% of wasted time. So an average of, say, 50. Now, I realise that's just a straw poll, but even so, the money that we can take from that being wasted in terms of training that doesn't work and in terms of meetings that don't work, it really is a big problem for industry. We need to change it, and my intention in this short video is to show you what Pinpoint does to make that change. Okay, let's look at why things go wrong, because I think I know the answer, or at least part of the answer. And it really stems from we're all different. Everybody has a different style of working, a different style of learning, a different process for life. We've got Belbin, Howard Gardner, DISC, De Bono, Honey and Mumford. All of these people and many beside describe people in various ways. And what managers do is they get the perfect team. They recruit to get the right mix of people within their team. However, when it comes to a meeting, everybody has to behave the same. We sit around a table, a question is asked and it goes around the table, everybody has their chance to say something. That's participation, fine. But if we want real engagement, we've got to allow people to work in their preferred way of working. So if we've got someone who is verbose, they need to be able to express themselves and not be told to be quiet. But yes, of course, they can't take up too much meeting time. We've got quiet people, reflectors, that need to sit and think. But they very often are told to speak up when they're not ready to and they're put on edge. So you're not going to get the best out of them if they're feeling a little bit nervous. You've got people that need to doodle. You've got people that need to get up and move around while they think, while they speak. And that's very difficult to do in a standard meeting, normally in a very small room, sitting around a table. So what we do in Pinpoint is we treat the whole thing differently. We offer a process where people can work in their preferred style and we get that true engagement. And let me show you the sort of things we do. So we've got people sitting around the table with the leader at the front and the group around the table. The energy in that room primarily comes from that leader, the facilitator, the manager, whatever it may be. It's up to that person to energize and grip the group to make sure they are active, engaged, and so on. What we do in Pinpoint is try and reverse that. What we want is the group to have all of the energy and the facilitator, meeting leader, to take a little bit of a backstage. Yes, they prepare everything. They've got the track that they're going to use sorted out, but the group are doing the work, and that is the key thing. Now, to do that, we use these large pinboards, and we allow the group to do virtually whatever they wish to do in their own style. So we give a wide range of activities which should grab everybody. There's writing answers to a question. There's focusing those answers on a pinboard through the facilitator, but driven by the group. There are subgroups. There are activities against the wall in subgroups within the room somewhere. And the beauty of these pinboards is that we can sector various bits of the room to do different tasks. So if we're doing a problem solving, for example, we can look at various problems all at the same time. So we're looking really at time saving as well as a better meeting. Now, because people are doing the work, all of the work, and the facilitator's not doing much, that's where we get engagement, true engagement, brain, body, belief. They live it, they breathe it. And when they leave that meeting, it's not just, oh, let's do it. It's, come on, we're going to do it, because it's within them. It's their own personal choice to do it. And that's why it works. Now, some of you will be experts at things like Agile, Six Sigma, and various other proprietary processes. Don't lose those. You need them and carry on with them. But what I'm saying here is that Pinpoint in those group exercises will give you much, much more engagement, and engagement is more than participation. Participation is fine, go around the table, get a response, but engagement is what's needed to make change. Many people ask me, well, okay, that's fine, but how do I do it? What do I do to make this engagement happen? Well, you need several things. One is you need the right bits of kit. We use pinboards and so on from Neuland. But on top of that, you need process. And it's an experiential thing. It's very easy to write it on a piece of paper and expect people to do it. They can't. You've got to live it, you've got to breathe it to be able to understand it. So what we do is we run two types of workshop. We have open house workshops where people come, they pay a fee of £7.85 plus VAT, and they go away with all the information. I'll talk more on that in a minute. Or we do an in-house for £5,000 for 9 people. We say 9 because that's 3 groups of 3 for rehearsals. Now, what do you get for that amount of money? Well, I'm pleased to say you get more than just a training. You get our full dedicated training for the 2 days. You get a manual, you get online backup, you get a bucket full of ideas of different processes and things to do in various situations, and you get a basis from which you can develop and grow in your own style. There are 7 elements of Pinpoint that need to be learned and ingrained. Once you've got those, you can do more or less anything. And this process works for 1-to-1 for coaching, 1-to-2, 1-to-5, 1-to-10, 1-to-1,000. Technique's slightly different there, but it can be done and has been done. So I would implore you to make the change. If you're a facilitator who is experienced, think about Pinpoint because it will change what you do and add to your toolkit significantly. If you're new to facilitation, you don't need to start off by reading all those tomes of how to do it. Pinpoint will give you a process you can follow to get you started, and then you can grow. And if it's an in-company one, then we can really focus on your company issues. We can look at real life issues and take some of the problems you face day to day and try and find solutions. So all in all, it's money well spent. If you're an organisation, your payback is probably the first meeting. If you think about the money around the table in terms of time and salaries, that's going to add up to a lot more than what Pinpoint is going to cost you. And if you can save half of that time, it's paid for. For the independents, it's just a question of personal growth and added toolkit. Please give it a go. We'd love to see you. My guarantee, I know from experience that you will leave this with mountains of new techniques and ideas and things to do. If you don't, I'll give you your money back. In conclusion, I would urge you to seize this opportunity, follow the links and move forward. We'd love to see you.